Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. It's a video on daily news and editorial analysis, which I'll be covering from the Hindu and Indian Express. The important news and editorial that will be relevant for the preparation of civil services examination will be discussed in this session. Let's get started with the news topic list. Today is 14th of April. The first important news, that is Dabba trading and its effects on economy, or you can call it box trading. This is from the text and context page of the Hindu. Second, Center launches Vibrant Village program in Arunachal Pradesh. This is what known as VVP program. Government has been expanding the part of program to reach out the northeastern states. Third, that is rupee trade to cut the transition cost. We'll see the detail about this as well. Fourth, India raises concern about the global economic output, or you can say outlook. And the last is an editorial, that is Ambedkar model of statecraft. Apart from the news and editorial discussion, at the end of this video, there will be MCQ based questions. These questions will be based on current affairs that will help you for the upcoming prelims examination. So without any further delay, let's get started. And if you are new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you like this video, if you find this video informative and helpful, do press a like button. And you are preparing for prelims 2023. There's a must that you practice a good number of questions. We at Apti Plus are providing you prelims test series 2023, where 60 high quality text will be provided. This will be followed with 6,000 plus question. Plus, you'll be also getting 12 months subscription of the IAS Gazette magazine, which is a must read for the current affairs. For more details, do check out the description section of this video, and you can register for this particular course from that particular link. So do check it out. So starting with the first news, that is Dabba trading and its effects on economy, something better known as box trading, relevant for General Studies Paper 3 under the subtopic, that is Indian economy and issues related to planning, mobilization, resource growth and development. So recently what has happened, that National Stock Exchange has issued a notice naming the entities involved in Dabba trading, or you can say involved in box trading, right? So they have actually made a caution where the retail investor not to subscribe or invest any kind of offering that is offering an indicative, assured or guaranteed return in the stock market, which is actually prohibited as per the rules and regulation of the National Stock Exchange, and even this is being prohibited by the Security and Exchange Board of India. It added that the entities are not recognized as authorized member by the exchange. Now, what is a Dabba trading? You can call it a box trading. How does it work? What are the things? And what is the current status in India? So box trading refers to the informal trading that take place outside the purview of stock exchange. This is something that important to be noted. And you can expect a direct question in prelims examination asking the details about the box trading. Now, the traders bet on stock market price movement without any incurring of a real transaction. तो एक betting की जाती है, एक presumptions लगाए जाते हैं, so that the part of a betting that is involved, this is mostly the part of the betting that goes on, and the physical ownership of a particular stake is done on an exchange. In simple words, it's a gambling that is centered around the state price movement, right? So a prediction is made about the trend of the particular stock, where it is moving, it's a upward direction or a downward. So Dabba trading or box trading is a proxy market, and it is not recognized even by the Security and Exchange Board of India. Now, the purpose of Dabba trading or the box trading, the primary purpose of this is that they want to stay out from the purview of the regulatory mechanism. By regulatory mechanism, I mean that's a purview outside the SEBI. They're not under the regulatory part of the RBI and even the Sensex, right? So these are the three entities which they do not come under the purview with, and actually they have been prohibited. So transactions are facilitated using a cash and mechanism operated using the unrecognized software and terminals. Other than this, it can be facilitated using the informal or rough record of the transaction books, challan, demand draft receipts, cash receipts alongside the bill contract as a proof of trade. Now, penal provisions की अगर बात करें, what are the penal provisions that account for these type of malpractices? So, box trading is recognized as an offense under Section 23, subsection 1 of the Security Contract Act of 1956, and there's also the conviction on imprisonment that go for 10 years or fine up to 25 crore rupees. So these are the latest provisions which is there under the Security Contract Regulation Act. Now, what is the problem and concern that is looming around with this box trading? So, there are no proper records of incomes and gain that helps the box trader to escape that taxation part. And the other important aspects that they would not have to pay the commodity transition tax, which is also known as CTT, right? And the Security Transitions Act is also not applicable. The use of cash also mean that they are outside the purview of formal banking system, and it also combined a result which is actually making loss to the government exchequer. Now, moving to the other news, Center launches Vibrant Village program in Arunachal Pradesh. Something important for General Studies paper 2, that is welfare schemes for the vulnerable section of the population by the center and the state government. So as we have come across many news related to Vibrant Village program. Now, why we are discussing this news? Because recently the Union Home Minister has inaugurated a border program, that is a Vibrant Village program in Arunachal Pradesh, Kibito, that is a particular village where it was actually inaugurated. The government has authorized the village program under the direction of Prime Minister, and the total allocation for the Vibrant Village program is 48,000 crore rupees. This is the amount that is allocated, including 2,500 crore rupees for road connectivity for the financial year 2023 to 2026, right? So these are the map. Even the development of the Northeast specifically and the development of Union Territory of Ladakh and the region of Jammu and Kashmir is very important. Government is putting its all best endeavor and efforts to develop this area and give them a infrastructural development. Now, what is Vibrant Village program? You can expect a direct question in prelims examination. So what is VVP? The Vibrant Village program was actually announced in the Union Budget 2022, and this target to provide comprehensive development of the village which borders with China and improve the connectivity of the life of the people that they're living in this border area. And the other most priority through this program is to prevent the part of migrations and thus boost the security in the region, right? और कुछ high priority areas की अगर बात करें under the part of the village vibrant program. So this include the development of road connectivity, drinking water, power including the solar and wind, mobile and internet connectivity should be provided, tourist attractions so that more tourist penetration should increase, multiple facilities, multi-purpose facilities, and healthcare and infrastructure and wellness center. So these are some of the priorities area under the Vibrant Village program. You can expect a question where UPSC will ask you which among the following is not a component of Vibrant Village program. So this is the thing that you need to know. These all are important. आपको eliminations में भी इस तरह के options से मदद मिल पाएगी. Now, the objectives of this scheme, what is the main objective? Why government has come up with? The aim of this objective is to identify and develop the economic drivers based on local, natural, human and resource to the border area. Development of the particular area called for hub and spoke model, through which the promotion of social entrepreneurship, empowerment to the youth, women through skill development, and even empowerment of women will also be providing with the vocational training to them. And these are one of the main objectives of the Vibrant Village program. Now, states that is under the Vibrant Village program, अगर VVP के अंदर बात करें, this is a center sponsored scheme, right? And 2967 village and 46 blocks in 19 districts have been identified. And this has been identified for comprehensive development. These include the states of Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Uttaranchal, Himachal Pradesh and Union Territory of Ladakh. So these are the region. You must know which are the region relevant for your prelims. And in first phase, around 662 village has been identified as a priority coverage. gradually government will be increasing it to further target of 2967. Now, moving to the other news, priced rate to help cut the transition cost, something relevant for your general studies paper 2, that is Indian economy and issues related to planning, mobilization, resource growth and development. So recently, the Minister of Commerce and Industry has said that international trade in the domestic currency will help India to reduce the transition cost. There have been a lot of debate and government even endeavor to promote the trade in rupees to even reduce the fiscal deficit and even to strengthen the part of foreign reserve, right? So it said that if there's domestic currency transition, it will reduce the transition cost and it will help the industries in several countries that is in discussion with RBI to trade in rupee. Definitely RBI is also working out in this, and very soon we can see many countries that is trading in Indian rupee and making Indian rupee more stronger as a currency. Now, last year RBI and the finance minister has asked the top management of the bank and the representative to trade bodies to push the export and import in the Indian rupee. Several banks, including the HDFC, UCO Bank, have opened their special Vostro account to facilitate the part of overseas trade in the rupee. I'll tell you what is Vostro account. Now, basically Vostro account की अगर बात करें, it's an account that is defined as an account that correspondent banks hold on the behalf on another bank. What does this mean? Suppose, as an example, HSBC, which is a foreign bank, has a Vostro account held in the SBI Bank in India. So their account, which SBI will be holding, will be called as a Vostro account. And Vostro in Latin means it's yours. Therefore, Vostro account implies to yours account. Now, what is the advantages of trade that we'll be doing in Indian rupee? How this significantly it will help to the Indian economy. So it will possibly reduce the trade deficit in approximately $20 billion on a monthly basis, and other countries adopting in the rupees as far as currency, they will have to trade in the activity, and further the rupee will strengthen. Strengthening the rupee in Indian global market and giving it a recognition is again the major advantages of it. And rupee becoming a reverse currency over the period of time and developing the economy for trade, right? Now, how much will India save with this decision? The part of the incorporation of the Indian rupee, से क्या India को benefit मिलेगी? Hypothetically, we are talking about this, but we have some data to discuss. So, according to the latest data trend, India export from Russia stood up to 2.5 billion from April and May. So, this is an example from Russia, and the annualization is up to 30 billion, and the experts suggest that it could increase up to 36 billion annually. And in the case the best case scenario, India pay for the Russia's import in rupee, which would end up in 30 to 36 billion dollar outflow of the currency. And for this context, RBI recently has spent 40 billion keeping the rupee stable, and it could spend another 40 billion in the coming time to come. Right? So this is something India would be looking forward for the trade as an Indian rupee. Now, India has raised concern about the global economic outlook, something relevant for general studies paper 2, that is bilateral regional grouping and agreement involving India and affecting India's interests. This is also important for your general studies paper 2, where government policies and intervention are concerned. Now, during the development meeting, which finance minister is attending at United States of America, that is US, this is being organized, and this is collaborations between the World Bank and IMF. तो इस मीटिंग को अटेंड करते हुए फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर ने कहा that India remain concerned about the global economic outlook and geopolitical environment. Despite this, projected at a growth rate of 6%. This is a projection for India's GDP growth and overall growth. So definitely, if we see the part of the challenges, it's not only for India, but it's for many other countries as well. Now, pressures on global economy, not only India, but all other emerging economy, and even for developed economy, the pressure is there. The Union Finance Minister has told that the global leaders that the current headwinds, even the strained global supply chain because of the war ongoing between Russia and Ukraine, have definitely impacted the global supply chain and have put a tremendous pressure on global economy. and by persistent high interest rate and the northbound inflationary pressures and the current depreciation is a part of it. Even you can take the example of US Fed, which has recently regulated the part of their interest rate. Now, to move ahead, the recent turbulence in the banking sector in some advanced economy has other challenges for the global economy that has increased the fiscal pressures for the least developed country as well. Impact of global supply chain. Basically, if you see the part of the continued disruption that we have seen in the supply chain, and the more focus should be definitely in the Russia and Ukraine part, that is on the part of food, fertilizers, and fertilizer supplies are endangering the food and energy security. So there is a disproportionately impact for the poor and the disadvantages and marginalized, particularly in the developing world. Now, need for bold and robust approach. This is what India advocated for. The Union Finance Minister has said कि जितने भी stakeholders हैं उस meeting के उन्हें ज़रूरत है that they should come up with the innovations, bold and robust approach so that the World Bank Group should transform into the part and take the institutional capitalizations and even effective decision for the future challenges. Now, the Finance Minister has also asserted that the optimist business environment should be promoted, and even the robust industrial growth, rapid vaccination coverage, and even the momentum of Indian economy should be, to a larger extent, should be promoted, and evidenced by the estimated GDP growth of 9.1% for the previous fiscal year. So for current year, it is only 6%, but definitely, if things are put in place, we can expect this growth to be 6.5% plus minus 5. Now, moving to the editorial of the day, Ambedkar model of statecraft. Today is 14th of April and we are celebrating birth anniversary of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, who was father of Indian Constitution. And this particular news is important for General Studies paper 2, that is the government policies and intervention for the development of various sectors and issue arising from it, design and implementations. So what I'll be discussing under this editorial, this is about the Ambedkar vision for India. We'll see the background part of it, followed by a significant role played by B. Ambedkar and the recent government initiatives. So today, that is 14th of April, India celebrates 132nd anniversary of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, and he is a moment to recognize, basically today is a moment to recognize the moral force behind the immortal spirit. He was a man of conviction, and he was a man who has always come across the deprived society and even progress for the marginalized section of the society. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was an individual who epitomized the part of a spirit of justice and equality for the individual. His ideas and action continues to illuminate the path and the guiding light for the futures on this anniversary. Today is the anniversary, so most of the editorial that you will see in newspaper is only around Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So the anniversary marked the special occasion, that is the century for Ambedkar work, and the problem of rupee and its origin solution, which is also paying the foundation for the Reserve Bank of India 1934. Now, कुछ significant roles की अगर बात करें डॉक्टर बी आर अम्बेडकर के बारे में, he has definitely advocated for nation building at that time and even called for a multi-dimensional manner, right? His association with Simon Commission is also significant. He represented the depressed class in the third roundtable conference, and even to tell you the Simon Commission, there was no permanent member from India or from any other country. There were only Englishmen as a part of the Simon Commission, but his association was there to part on the guidance and further part. So the labor welfare members as a viceroy council, he was there for 1942 to 46, and as a chairman of the constituent drafting committee, he firmly safeguarded the interest of the people. So these were most major contribution made by him to have a strong foundational India which called for equality for all. He stressed on establishing the Institution for Justice Society, and it is a newly independent India with great acceptance of Ambedkar that could have led us to further pave the way for welfare and justice as propagated. Now, recent government initiatives की अगर बात करें, under the Ministry of Culture, there is auspicious National Research and Conservation for Culture Property in Lucknow that has preserved Baba Sahib its belonging and its prosperity, which is already kept at the museum. A total of 1358 objects are there. Even the typewriters and other part is also kept in the other area of Nagpur. And the government has come up with an important scheme that is aligned to the vision of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, which include the part of Stand Up India, Startup India, PM Awas Yojana, Bhim, Mudra, Jam Trinity. These were the all idea that was actually encapsulated by our former leaders, and present government is doing the best to fulfill the aspirations that was their desired. The Prime Minister Panch Pran Mantra for the development of India is the reflection of Ambedkar idea. And Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav in the initiatives to unearth the courageous story of unsung heroes who sacrificed their lives for the nation. So definitely Government of India to a larger extent is working towards the betterment of society. Here and there, most of the promises were not met, but we have to always optimist on a part where actually government has delivered it, and possibly on a longer run government will definitely do whatever best possible can be done for the betterment of the marginalized section of the society. Now moving to the MCQ questions of the day. Before I proceed, just to tell you the answers of yesterday questions. For first question, the correct option is A. For second question, the correct option is C. Today's MCQ for practice को बताना है नेशनल ओशनोग्राफिक एंड atmospheric administrations के बारे में, the European Scientific and Regulatory Agency that forecast weather and monitor the ocean atmospheric conditions. And second, its main functions include the describing the Earth system through research, analysis, and data. So do check it out for the correct options. Now the second is positive Indianization list. The item lists Indian Armed Forces with procedures only for domestic manufacturers. The manufacturer should only be from the defense public undertaking and not from the private sector. So do check it out for the correct option, whether A, B, C, or D, which among the following is correct. Practicing a lot more question will give you an added advantage. For practicing, you can check out our other platforms, the social media. We have dedicated test series that will definitely help you to build a strong foundation. For time being, this was all about for the daily news and editorial analysis, followed by the MCQ questions. If you have any other concern, you can reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching this video.